We trust you enjoyed part 1 of the interview with Don Loffler. Now sit back and enjoy part 2 as we hear more from Don, especially about his new book. Okay, Don, thanks again for coming in today. You bought your new book, I believe, your 10th book. Let us know a bit more about your new book.
Well, let's go back to the editor of Restored Cars magazine, Eddie Ford. And he said to me, do you know what you ought to do one day is write an identification book? And I said to him, it's too hard.
Right.
But people kept asking me for it and saying, come on, you've got all this material, do it. And so I thought, now, do you know what I'm not going to do? Is a book, you opened up, table, 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 info, info, kiss of death.
Right, yeah.
No. I decided this is going to be photographic.
Right.
Illustrated. Don't just say in 1953 they changed this to that. You have a photo. What was it like before the change? What was it like when they changed it? Now, that was a very tall order because I realized that I had to have very good photos of before and after all the changes.
Right.
I realised that I needed to have photographs of the colours of cars with warnings on, do not take this book to the painter. All these are approximate because you can never reproduce accurately in a book the colour of a car. In any case, you try to photograph your car in various lights and it looks different.
Changes, right.
All the time. So that was a problem. I had to try to get a photograph of a car in reasonable sunny conditions or perhaps overcast with no shadows. And if I couldn't get that, then I would try to get a colour sample of it. Now, in the 48s, there were 46 different colours of 48 215s. Well, remember, it was done over 5 years.
Yes, yep.
Now, I've got examples of all 46 colours. With FJs, there were just too many. I gave up. And there are quite a few FJ colours I'd never seen in my life. No one's ever turned up at a car show in that colour. So the FJ section has as many colours as I could get together.
Right.
But there's a lot missing.
Right. So what else does the book include?
So you'll have the body tag, how to read all the numbers on the body identification plate, which then involves production numbers of the cars, all the upholstery colours, the paint colours, then there's the engine numbers, then there are the serial numbers, then comes the running changes. Every little change they made over the years.
Right.
And there were quite a few.
So how long did it take you to research for this book?
I would have thought 5 years.
Right.
And there were times when I thought, this is too hard. I can't do it. And so I stopped.
Right.
And then worked up steam again. Then came the problem that my publisher, Wakefield Press, cannot use Microsoft Publisher. It's nowhere near good enough for their system. I said, let me buy your system and I'll put the book straight onto it. They said, you couldn't afford it, I'm sorry to say.
Really? Okay.
No, so they had to more or less copy and paste my plan, because I did a photo book of it, photocopied. Mm-hmm. But they had to transfer bit by bit everything of mine onto their professional base, and there were times when they gave up.
Really?
And there were gaps, and I thought, this is going nowhere. So when I heard that the typesetter and the designer had got it finished, I couldn't believe it. And I still couldn't believe it until I actually saw it.
Saw it, yep, in your hand.
Because the big question was, they wanted to print 2,000 because it's cheapest.
Right.
I said, there's no way in the world you're going to sell 2,000. I said, at the max, 500. And they said, it's going to make it expensive. And I said, so be it.
Right.
But we cannot, I can't let you be saddled with 500 or 1,000 books unsold, because you're going to go through the hoop with the book. So we have only done the 500, and the fact that they're only $70, I think, is a total bargain. I'm sure Wakefield Press is not making terribly much money on it.
And how many have sold so far?
At 250.
Right. And how long has it been published for now?
Only since November.
Oh, really? So it's only a few months?
Actually, Wakefield is really pleased.
Right.
It's just ticking over really nicely.
And what outlets can you buy the book through?
Direct from Wakefield, direct from me, from Dimmicks. Then there's Dillons in North, on the Parade Nord.
Right.
They have it. The National Motor Museum in Birdwood,
Yep,
has it. And the Trafalgar Holden Museum, of course, has it. So, yeah. And the word is spreading. And I think people will get a surprise when they open the book and see that it's got lots of photos in it. It's not just some, table after table.
Well, just looking at the pictures as we flick through the book, it's amazing the amount of work that's gone into it. And this being your 10th book, you've obviously put in years and years of research in Holden's, and I'm sure there are many Holden people out there who really appreciate what you've done over the years.
Well, I've been getting lovely feedback from people who are totally surprised.
Very good.
And I had to do quite a few retakes of photos, and I've had luck as well. I wanted the interior of F.J. Holden's once they had two-tone upholstery, and at the Glenelg All Holden Day, 2 cars turned up. And it was like, I couldn't believe it. A blue and a green, which is exactly what I needed.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and I photographed them. Of course, didn't photograph it right, so I had to go to their place and photograph again. But in the end, I got my photographs.
Fantastic. Don, thank you so much for coming in today and spending some time.
What a pleasure.
It's been a learning experience for myself, and I'm sure for the other guys in the media team. We have some of your books here in the library, so if anyone wants to come up to Gilbert's Motor Museum, we can have a look at the books in our library there. But we do appreciate not only your time today, but the time you've spent over many, many years of researching and keeping that history of Holden, which to a lot of people out there who are watching this video, I know it would mean a great deal to them. So thank you so much for your work.
It's been my privilege, David. A wonderful privilege to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.